Hi, welcome to International Open Week. I'm Audrey. I'm an international student from the United States. I'm studying economics and international politics here at the University of Auckland. And I'm here with some more international students. Just a quick reminder before we get started, if you have any questions during today's session, please put them in the chat box below and we will do our best to answer them individually at the end. So let's get started. Will you please introduce yourselves?
Since we're international student, would you want me to also introduce myself in my own language?
Yes, please.
Alright, hello, 大家好，我是 John，我从中国来的，现在在学市场和管理学。What I just say is hi, my name is John, come from China, studying marketing and management here, and I'm a second year international student.
Oh wow, John, you're pressuring me. Okay. Xin chào mọi người, mình tên là Anna, mình đến từ thành phố Hồ Chí Minh và hiện tại mình đang học năm 3 ngành thương mại và bất động sản ở Đại học Auckland. I said, hi everyone, my name is Anna. I'm a penultimate year student in University of Auckland. I'm from Ho Chi Minh City and I'm doing commerce and property.
Yes. សួស្តីអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាខ្ញុំឈ្មោះនីតា and ខ្ញុំគឺជាសិស្សរៀនស្ថាបត្យកម្មនៅ Auckland and what I just said right now is like hello everyone, my name is Sonyta and I'm from Cambodia and I'm currently studying Bachelor of Architecture in University of Auckland and yeah.
Thank you. It's so wonderful to be with you all today. So let's just get right into it. Can you tell us how you learned about the University of Auckland and why you chose the university?
So I come here for high school since year 9, and throughout the year I just developed the idea that I wanted to come to Auckland because it's such a busy city, and because I come from China, so I want to go somewhere that is like similar vibe to where I used to live. So I developed the idea to come to Auckland, and then before I graduate, you have to go through the process of searching what university you should go to, and then I saw University of Auckland's ad on a lot of my social media, and I saw University of Auckland is like top 1% worldwide university, and I was like, wow, that's really impressive. So yeah, I want to come here. And also, fun fact, my parents can use this to brag about me, you know.
Well, I was similar to John as well. I did my high school here, so I did year 10, 11, and 12. I've been hearing a lot about, universities in New Zealand. I was here, and I also have to choose my uni to go to after I finished high school. So initially, I was planning to go overseas, actually, to New Zealand, which is just my high school kind of place. But I like the people here and I have all my friends here, so I decided to settle in New Zealand. So it comes down to what university to choose. The thing that makes me stay with this university is it allows me to combine my commerce and my property degree into a conjoint, which I think none of the other university did at the time. So that's why I say.
As for me, the situation might be a bit different from John and Anna because I think New Zealand is like a very beautiful country, and it's also like a bit highest ranked university in New Zealand, and it's also like placed among the top 100 QS ranking university. And fun fact, my mom allowed me to come here because I have a lot of relatives in New Zealand, which is like a good thing because my mom don't need to worry too much about me. And Asian parents, they always worry about their kids. So it's like a fun fact. I was like, yeah. You just can go there. That's the like priority country that she allows like her kid to go. Yeah.
Nice. Nice to have family.
Yeah.
Okay, so why did you choose your current program and what do you hope to do after your studies?
So I'm doing marketing and management under commerce. So what I used to do in high school was doing design and all the creative stuff because I do enjoy drawing and like making new things and creating new things. And on the other side, I also did business and economics back in my high school as well. So like I do enjoy the part that you can make money because one of the assignments during my high school was to do market day, which means you actually have to make products in high school and sell them And me and my other friend we formed a team, and each of us made actually like $100 that day, which is really good. And so yeah, loving making money, loving drawing. So found marketing as a major. So I guess that's quite good. And for management, I think because I do enjoying helping a team and leading a team to reach a goal. So I just also chose management to be my double major to like complement my program here.
Yeah. So everybody always goes like, wow, when they hear about my majors because I have three. I have business analytics, marketing, and property. So it's not that I like them all, but when I got to choose them in high school, I didn't know what I liked back then. So my mom was like, okay, just do a lot then. So I picked three, so business analytics, marketing, and property. At first, I thought I would like marketing the most. But eventually, I found out that I prefer business analytics and property more because I get to use a lot of tools, a lot of real life kind of industry tools, and apply it to real life scenarios a lot. So I kind of developed my liking for business analytics and property over the years. But what I find about the university is they allows you to kind of all the things you study kind of combine together and make things like, better so you can apply everything into the other majors as well. So at the end, I'm so happy with my three majors. And when I graduate, I probably want to become a business analyst, but my marketing knowledge and my property knowledge would allow me to, do a lot more things than just that.
Oh yeah. As for me, like I always find myself have a passion about like drawing, sketching, and like when you do stuff like designing all the houses, all the freehand like drawing, you find yourself in a joy, and also like to imagine like different kind of like stuff and get inspired from the surrounding environment, and that's why I think like architecture is it's going to be a degree for me to go for it because I like all the environment here as well. And also, like New Zealand is one of the country that like have a lot of like high-rise building, sustainable building, and different kind of like working architecture in different places. And maybe after I graduated, I might look for internship opportunity in New Zealand to gain a real work experience, like work with different people and like learn from them how they work on each project to make it work better.
Yes. I have something to add with the internship actually. So at university, many of the final year papers are what we called, I forgot the name. Capstone.
Capstone,
yes.
Capstone courses, so that they actually, place you in the company and allows you to work in a real life project, which is really similar to an internship, but it's in your kind of school, in your uni degree.
Yes.
Well.
Yeah, I found out there's a lot of like internship opportunity for like international students as well, even like either like online or meeting with a lot of people. Like
Yes. The university does a really good job of helping you network and find the opportunities, for sure. It sounds like you're all really passionate about your majors, which is awesome because then school doesn't really feel like school. So definitely major in something you're passionate about is a big tip. Moving on, what did you prepare before going to New Zealand?
Definitely try to practice my English because I would say my decision to come to New Zealand was quite a rush one. It's just like impulse decision from my parents and me at the same time. So I wasn't really ready with the English, but after I come here, I do live with a English native speaker family. So I just keep on practicing my English with them as well. So eventually my personality can change as well because when you can't speak English in an English-speaking country, sometimes you feel like, alienated or just alone. And when you can speak more, you can make more friends.
Yeah. What was the question answer?
How did you prepare to come to New Zealand?
Oh, yes. My decision was not an impulsive one. We decided beforehand. So I guess we are from an Asian country, and definitely the Asian culture is very different from a Western one. And especially when New Zealand is a very diverse country, you have a lot of cultures within, a city that my 1 million people. So I made sure I prepared myself with knowledge about the cultures, the people, how to do things, what are the norms here. And I also get a chance to talk to the deputy principal of my high school. Actually, he came over to Vietnam to do some promotion. I got to talk to him and learn more about New Zealand before I came. So that's definitely something to do beforehand to prepare.
Yeah, totally agree with both John and Anna's. And the other thing that you might have to focus on is like the documentation, like the important thing that you might need to prepare in advance, like your student visa, your transit visas, emergency detail, like just in case something happened and to know who to contact. And of course, an offer a place. And just like what Anna said, English speaking barrier is like one of the most important thing for international students as well. And it's really good that you can practice a lot more things like with native speakers. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with both of the Sonyta and Anna. I spent a lot of time making sure that my visa and all my paperwork was, all the boxes were checked. It was important, and I actually had the opportunity to do a couple New Zealand history classes before I came. So I think that it broadened my horizons a little bit before I even got here. So important to do some of that before you arrive. What did you expect before arriving, and what was your impression upon arriving?
My expectation of New Zealand, because I did read about New Zealand being like a top country that is really good to live in. So I thought there might be more people, but when I first come, I arrived in Hamilton, and I would say relatively comparing to Auckland, it's quite a small city. So the vibe is quite quiet, you won't see much people, and especially I used to live right next to a farm. So I hear more sheep, than I hear people. So yeah, so it's not like quite busy, quite a like really busy city here. And the vibe here is really good for you to focus on yourself, to study, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree with John. I came to Auckland at first, but after 6, everything is very quiet.
Yes.
Except for in the civilians are different. For me, before I came, I expected the study program would be a lot harder. Like very hard maths and English and everything. But actually, it's really manageable when I first came here. And I do think that helped a lot for me to transition from a state of being an international student to being more accustomed to the New Zealand culture. So I had a lot of free time, actually. I got to go outside, do more activities, explore the city. And at one time, I think in my first year, I slept at night. And that never happened again.
For me, the very first impression that I was arrived in New Zealand is like, why New Zealand is like so quiet when I come out from the airport. But like the more you get closer to the Auckland CBD, like you start to realize there's a lot of buildings, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of interesting that you might want to explore in the city centers. For example, like stores and eating places, different things, for you to explore. Especially like the park, also like the places that you can go during the weekend or for like relax at the same time. Yeah.
I agree. It's a very quiet city compared to what I was expecting for it to be the most lively city, but it's very clean and there's a lot of green space, which I think is awesome. Will you please tell us one of the most memorable or fun moments you've had in New Zealand?
I think for me is like more than just a moment. It's the process of me becoming more independent and my personality becoming more outgoing. It's the process of that's quite memorable. It's like quite a unique experience you can have throughout your life. And when I just came here, because my English wasn't really good, so first 2 years of my high school, I didn't really have much friend, and I was quite just like stay alone all the time, quite unapproachable from other people. So yeah, other people wouldn't really approach me either way because I look angry all the time somehow. After that, from the third year to my graduation year in my high school, I'm becoming more open-minded, and then my English is getting better, making more friends. And then in my last year, I chose to take a leadership position in my high school as well. So that definitely got me into a larger friend group and try to help the school to organize stuff as well. So yeah, that experience the whole time, that 5 year period of time was just really fun and memorable for me.
Yeah, nice. Nice to hear that. For me, it was the first road trip ever I took to Taupo. So it was really fun. You got to do it with all your friends, and you get to decide everything. You know, we picked the house, the car we're gonna use, what route are we gonna go. We stopped at Tyrau, right? You know that place where you have like the big dog and the sheep there. And then we planned our activity. So we had a very fun three very fun nights together. We have, you know, barbecue, hot pot, and I think we even went kayaking in Taupo. It was really big, like it's like a sea actually, because it's visible from the map. So I think my member experience all linked with my friends, you know, having fun, enjoying life, and
Yeah, just like, the moment when you're just like coming here, you got the decision to decide on what the thing that you want. You got the freedom, you got the independence to live on your own life. But yeah, you got to decide. You become a big person, like to decide to get a decision on your own life. And one of the memorable thing for me is like might be the first time that me and my friend, international student, got to go out together during like our trip or weekend, and we just took the wrong bus, so we just got lost and we got to the wrong destination, which is like very bad. And but that's okay. We can just like enjoy the time where we are. Yeah.
Find your way back to uni somehow.
Yeah, and I want to like include one of the moments with my family as well. Just like you all know, I'm living with my family, like relative, and you know, like I don't feel lonely. I don't feel like alone because like whenever when I go back home, I always have like a warm like Cambodian food, my own traditional food. Got family, got cousin in the house. So it's like kind of like the thing that try to make you feel more comfortable when you live here with your family better than living on your own.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a special experience for sure. So what do you like about New Zealand? If you could pick just one thing.
I definitely like about the environment here. It's more than just, you know, green and fresh air. It's also about like the university atmosphere in the school. Like people are accepting and trying to support it as well. So basically, yeah, I come here and then a lot of friends. I think a lot of my best friends are from the uni as well. So yeah, I would just definitely the supportive people, like the environment here.
Yeah, I also really like the friendly people. They are very friendly. They would go like to any length to help you out actually. So my one experience was also with the bus. My second day here, right? My host was like, okay, go to the city, explore the the Sky Tower. So we went on the Sky Tower, and when we were catching the bus to go home, I didn't know what bus to catch, you know, because like we have all of the different names, and I just came on a random bus. I was like, oh, I want to go to this place. What bus should I take? And the driver actually like came down and showed me exactly what bus I should take and what stop I should go down as well. So yeah, I love the people here.
Kind of a similar experience. I was trying to bus to uni, and what ended up being like 30 minutes late to my 1 hour lecture, and my lecture stopped after I said, I'm so sorry, this is like my first day here, I don't know how to take the bus. I didn't know I had to tell it to stop. And so we went and got a coffee, and she showed me the app and just wanted to make sure that I was okay. So it was very nice. And it goes, I mean, the university, everyone is so supportive and accepting. So yeah.
Yeah, same as me as well. Like, I always like check with the driver, like where should I go, where should I stop, just to make sure that I'm not late to the class. Yeah, but one of the thing that I really like about New Zealand is like the cultures. So you know, like we're from Asian country, so the culture is like very different in here. But I always like want to learn about new thing, new experience. So like culture is one of the most interesting thing for me to learn in New Zealand. Yeah.
Very nice. One more question. And then we'll turn to the chat box if we have time. So what tips would you give to our future international students to help them make the most of their university experience?
Quite a lot. So definitely, first of all, at the uni, you got a lot of support coming from the uni. You got Auckland, you got all the student ambassadors, you can ask a lot of stuff. And the lecturer can help you. And one more thing is the university database. Because almost all the lecture you take will need you to do like a pre-reading or some book you need to do. So university database usually have those books and you can download the chapter for free instead using like maybe $70 or $80 to, or more than $100 sometimes to buy a book. So definitely save some money and use the database. And it's really good for you to do secondary research, which is also academic research for you. So free resource there.
Very good academic advice. I have some more, life advice. I would say just go out a lot and just explore a lot. So try everything you can, try the bus, try the train, try the ferry, go to all the free museums, festivals, just try a lot of things so, you have experience while you're here. And certainly do a lot of travel as well if you have the money. Regarding university, I would say join the clubs because it's a place where you meet a lot of new friends, people with the same interests as you. And we have a lot of different types of clubs here in the university as well. And we have cultural clubs, we have special interest club, we have academic clubs for people who want to develop their skills more. So I would say definitely join a lot of clubs. Make sure you use all the free resources the university offer, like CV check, career appointment. Just use all of that and make sure, you're going to have a good time here.
Yeah, I would just try to recommend about something in the class, like always ask a question. Don't be afraid to ask a question in the lectures or in the seminars. Always raise your hand, and all the lecturers will be willing to help you with all the questions. And another thing, always start earlier is better than latest. Assignment or your homework, probably don't keep it until the end. Just start earlier so you have time to make change, to go through it again, and you can get a good grade from that as well. And another thing, probably get involved with a lot of people. And that's another thing that I'm experiencing myself is your friends, people surrounding you help you to improve your speaking skill a lot more than you expected. Yeah.
True, yeah. And start early with the visa application.
Yes. Probably the best thing to start, the first thing. Yeah.
I also add on to that. So I remember when I was in one of the paper I did last year. So definitely, the advice will be definitely go in person class rather than on Zoom or watching lecture recording. That gives you a lot of privilege. One of my paper last year was information system, and the lecturer told us if you have high participation during the class, we'll give you extra point.
Yes.
That was really sweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zoom is so tempting, especially if it's raining, but
Yeah.
go to class.
Yeah.
Go to class for sure. Okay, now we will take a couple questions from the chat box. Thank you. So our first question is from Bing. It's for John. Do you have a part-time job? If you do, how did you find the job and what are you doing?
I do have a part-time job. I'm working at a restaurant waitering, and it's down at Berdoma. I found it through student job search. So that one is a really good application for students to find their job, especially those big companies providing jobs to the organizations. So for example, maybe Microsoft and all the other places can provide you internship during the summer as well. And the pay is actually quite good as well. And the place I am working at right now, they treat me really good. And especially it's a kind of more business area, so some people will actually tip me, which is really, really nice, make my life a lot easier.
As an American, I'm accustomed to tipping,
Yeah.
but that was something I had to learn in New Zealand is they don't usually tip,
Yeah.
so congratulations, you must be a great waiter.
Hopefully.
Well, I had something to add to that as well. So you got your job through applications, right? But all of my job were actually through reference.
Okay.
So New Zealand is a really small country, so people are really connected. So advice, just make sure you know a lot of people, make sure you're friends with them, and they will actually refer you to a position when times comes. So
Yeah.
make use of that.
Yes. Our next question is from Long to Anna. Did you come to New Zealand by yourself, and how did you change your lifestyle compared to living with your parents in Vietnam?
I came to New Zealand by myself when I was 14, so very young. I did not feel like nervous at all when I first came because you have so many new things to explore. But I think one thing that did help me, getting accustomed to the new culture is my having a good really support system. My host family was really friendly, really welcoming. They picked me up from the airport, make sure my first day was great. I have food, and then they took me to the banks, to the supermarkets, showing me around what are the usual place that a New Zealander would go to. That having a good support system does certainly help. And also, I would say you have to prepare yourself as well. So moving to a new country, you're not going to get the same food that your mom make. You're not going to get the same fruit. The fruit, things like dragon fruit. We're not going to have it here. So you have to learn to eat new things, try new things, and getting used to not having things there. But I think you will grow over that. From that, and you'll become a more independent person and actually a new person.
Yes.
Yeah, one food you probably should get used to is definitely fish and chips.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would like to add on, like, for Anna, like, so it's like we become a new people. Like, we try different things. We explore a lot of things in New Zealand. So we become like a new people, getting to like different kind of fruit or food back from our country, right? We just like change our liking depending on what we experience in the city.
Yeah. All positive change, all positive growth. How did you get, or this is for anybody, how to get a scholarship for an international student?
So for scholarships, what I did for my first year was I Googled scholarship UA, and it popped up a lot scholarship in the list, and I went through some of the requirements. It was for domestic students. So I thought maybe international students have some separate ones. So I searched up for international student, then the requirement is for us. And they provide quite a lot, like a long list of scholarships, and then offer plenty to people as well. So we can go through the whole process. I asked my high school teacher to also write up my reference as well. And well, even though I didn't get it, but it's quite good. It's really good. They do give you a lot of chance though. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a lot of scholarship for new undergraduate students, and then the scholarship open and close throughout the year. So make sure you check the webpage regularly, or else you're gonna miss something. Also, we have something called faculty-specific scholarships. So for me, in property, we do have some scholarships in year 2 and 3 for students, let's say, who does really well in a course, or students who have hardships or things like that. And also the big companies here, they also offer scholarships in both more monetary terms and also an internship kind of form to students. So make sure you check the faculty-specific scholarship as well.
Yeah, the scholarship, like either for an international student or like domestic student. So that's a variety of like scholarship that you can apply for, depend on the like requirement of each of it. And just like for architecture study, they even offer like a master's like study for like the specific architecture degree. Yeah. And from what I know, like university also offer like a scholarship, not like a fully fund, but also like a semester change from one country to other country. So you can like experience different country with the scholarship as well. Yeah.
Very nice. All good information. Thank you. This next question is from Matt for me. It says, how do you balance your studies with other activities? Personally, for me, balancing comes down to planning and organization, and just making sure that I have every assignment or whatever written down in my planner or a notebook. Make sure I get the studying done first. But like you said earlier, Anna, I think there's a lot of time after studies to go out and have fun or join a club and meet new people. And it's not ever really overbearing or with work. So Yeah, I would say prioritize your studies, but don't take life so seriously sometimes, and enjoy if you have 30 minutes to go out and walk around the Auckland domain for lunch or whatever. Definitely take advantage of that. So our last question is from Lisa for Sonyta. Why did you choose architecture?
So as everyone knows, like architecture is always like developed in all the country all around the world. Like the building, the architecture, the high rise, it's kind of different housing, resident, commercial. All of the thing is like development in all the country. So the more the housing development, the more the architects they need, right, to improve their space, to improve like the house, to make it more better with our own technology, like the thing that already exists, and we try to make the thing that's not existing as well. So we try to make it more like very aesthetic, and also like we create different kind of form to create all the thing like that's not existing before. So it's like creating new thing. And also, just like I said before, I always have a passion in like doing all the design stuff, imagine different idea, and also like, you know, the surrounding environment that inspire you to become one thing that you try to realize that, oh, that's the thing that I really want to go for it. Like I really like it. So yeah, that's the thing that you might find for yourself.
Well, thank you, John, Anna, and Sonyta for joining me today. It was awesome to hear about your experience as an international student. It makes me really excited for the next couple of years ahead that I have. If you're tuning in from home, thank you for joining us for International Open Week, and be sure to check out the many more webinars we'll have going on until Friday. So, thank you.
Cool. Thank you.